thank you very much for coming out to our band camp performance. It's been one hot week, but in front of you are some of the hardest working kids I have ever had here at Cedar Springs. Why don't you give a hand to the 2016 edition of the Cedar Springs Marching Band. This has been a great week. Just want to thank for all the support. Thank you for all the support. Want to thank our administrators, Mr. Fairwald and Mrs. Custis, and our Board of Education, and also our superintendent's team, Dr. Laura Van Dyne, Ms. Joe Spry, and Ms. Rosemary Zink, who have been here and serving these kids meals throughout the week. We just really appreciate the support. I want to thank everybody that's donated food. We used everything up to the last bag of apples. We were down to the last bag of apples. So thank you very much for donating the food. We've got our ALC, Athletic Leadership Council, and student leadership here representing tonight with Mr. Harnden and Mrs. Weiler. Thank them for coming. I thank our Boosters Board, President Julia Moore, Vice President Stacy Belting, Secretary Michelle Griffhorst, Treasurer Kelly Hamilton, our Executive Board that kind of help do a lot of the things behind the scenes, so give them a round of applause. Thank you for all the volunteers that have helped out this week, whether it's serving a meal or grabbing a bag of ice, helping pass out t-shirts, that sort of thing. I've told the kids that I try to keep this under 5 minutes so that we can get the show on the road and get out of here. But I want to introduce our staff members and just an amazing group of people that have made a great impact that you'll see in here in just a couple minutes. As I call your name, please step forward. Working with our woodwinds this week. This last time I'll be able to call her Miss Lisa Camilleri. So soon it will be Mrs. Lisa Borst. Working with our trumpets this week, we've got Mr. Brendan Hoekstra. On staff with us here at Cedar Springs, teaching a lot of the little kids, 2nd through 5th grade music, and also helping the mellows and altos this week, Mr. Matt Schutz. Working with our drum line this week and since basically April, Mr. Cole Randall. And in December, this man will be called Dr. Graham with his doctorate in trombone performance, Mr. Adam Graham. We've got, with our color guard this week, she was here for a short time, but Liz Vandenberg, also known as Liz Bradford. We've got Emily Jesser, who's been working with our color guard all week. A former graduate of Cedar Springs, glad to have him back for his 2nd band camp and all the amazing things that he's done, Mr. Chris Blair. Working with our front ensemble, our keyboards this week, we've got Nicole Baukamp. Also, we're very lucky to have an excellent student teacher from Central Michigan and trombone player, Mr. Adam Ronan. Without further ado, I just want to introduce someone that has really taken the reins and is a graduate of Cedar Springs. Glad to have him at this band camp. Last year I didn't have the luxury of having 2 directors at band camp, but most of the things that you see on the field came from his imagination. He really did a lot with the design of the show, and awesome colleague to work with. Give it up for Mr. Ryan Miller. And he's going to tell you a little bit about our show, Turn to Stone.
Cool. So basically, a marching band show has to have a specific theme, and it has to have a musical theme and a visual theme. So we've kind of picked a show that will allow us to have a great visual theme. It's called Turn to Stone, and we basically feature 3 statues. We feature, what's the first one? Thinking Man, which you won't actually see too much of today, but we'll get more in later. The other one is going to be Atlas. So in the middle of the ballad, you'll see one of the Color Guard members holding a big ball. Eventually, we're going to get a giant one that's like yellow or gold or something, so that'll make more sense. And then the closer is going to be based off of David. I promise there will be no nudity in it, but it is going to be based off of the statue of David. You'll see the Color Guard standing on chairs right now. We're going to build little circular pedestals that are going to look like little short columns. And then the the orange cones back there are going to be taller columns. They'll cascade going from like 6 feet, 7 feet to 8 feet. And the Color Guard can use those to put their flags in, but they also make it look more like a Roman Colosseum kind of thing. The Color Guard uniforms will also look very Roman, so that the whole picture of everything kind of goes with the whole statue theme. So you'll see various things come up today, but the show will really evolve over the course of the next 2.5 months. So every time you see a performance, it will be different, because we'll be adding in more body work, we'll be adding in more visuals, we'll be adding in extra layers to the show beyond just the playing and the marching. So today you'll see the basics of it, of some awesome playing and marching that the kids have put together this week. Cool?